Hello everyone, it's Leo and it's time to talk about episode 42 from wonderful PreCure. I think this episode was very sweet, very lovely. And even though I think that among the whole season, this is not going to be an episode that will stand out or that will have a huge importance, it did have its own importance and it was very adorable, very heartwarming. So let's talk about it. We have Mayu's dad appearing again. He is in Animal Town, and the mayor of Animal Town asks him to take pictures of animals to be part of the 2025 calendar from Animal Town. They do calendars every year, and since Mayu's dad is a photographer, well, there's no one better than him to do this job. And the mayor is really fun, and he is a character who is voiced by the same voice actor as Bunby, an iconic villain from the PreCure franchise. And he is modeled after Washio, who is the producer of the PreCure franchise, which is also a very, very nice thing. It's very nice having a character like that. And when you think of someone who works and worked on PreCure as a whole, well, I think that's more or less the image you would think of. So that's a very nice observation. Mayu's dad knows that Yuki is a cat and he's like very happy to finally see her because in the last time that he was around, she wasn't. She was like, I'm going to do my own thing, and she left. And then now he's here. He wanted to take pictures of her and she was like, no. I love Yuki so much. And she's like, can I take a picture? No. Please, no. And it's like, and then Komugi's like, let's take a picture together. And she couldn't say no to Komugi. I love that. She said no so fast to Mayu's dad, but to Komugi, she hesitated and she could not say no. The interactions with the characters were really lovely. And I love one aspect of this episode, which I feel like is something I would like to see. I would like to have seen more in Wonderful because, you know, we're in the last stretch of the season. It's impossible to change that. Daifuku. Daifuku was with Satoru most of the time in this episode. Even though he appeared a little bit, it was already very adorable. Daifuku is a very adorable character. And, you know, so cute. And then when they started deciding where to take pictures, they all mentioned different places to see different animals in Animal Town. And it's lovely to see how those characters are invested in Animal Town and how they talk about the things and the places and the animals that are there. They know a lot about Animal Town because they love that place. And then we see Mayu's dad giving some advice. I'm going to say Mayu's dad because I don't remember his name. Takayuki? Might be Takayuki, but I'm going to say Mayu's dad because I don't remember his name. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. And so he starts giving out some advice on how to take pictures. He goes a little deep into his techniques and some of the things that he does. And it's nice to see both Mayu and Iroha so engaged, and even Satoru, but you know, Mayu and Iroha are very engaged in lots of moments of the episode because they're the humans, and I think that was really adorable to see them both so interested in the pictures, in the techniques that he takes and that he uses. We see him taking pictures of the dogs, of Daifuku, very, very adorable pictures. And then they start going to different places, meeting different animals, taking different pictures. And even though there were some moments that he took pictures of animals by themselves, most of the pictures were taken by him with the animals and their owners or with people that were around and had a relationship with the animals. We had Kanye with the crabs, for example, making a relation to her name. We had Okuma with cows. Hashtag it's a cow. If you're from the Delicious Party era, you probably know what that means. So many nice moments that we could see from animals and their owners and the good relationship that they have. And then they were going to choose the pictures, they're going to choose the best pictures. Oh, before that, let me just go back and talk a little bit about a scene in which we see Yuki and Mayu. Yuki wasn't really invested in the pictures herself. She was like very on her own. But she shared some moments with Mayu. Mayu started taking some pictures of her, applying what she learned with her father. And then her father started taking pictures of Mayu and Yuki together. He was very happy in seeing Mayu have so many smiles, Mayu enjoying such special moments with friends. That is something that he cannot see normally because he is usually traveling, and he was able to enjoy in this episode. It's very lovely and again heartwarming to see a parent having and treasuring those moments with their children. Very cute. I loved that. And another moment that I found very special was when we had one of the three amigas. I won't remember her name either. She was sitting down on a bench and her dog was in her lap. Her dog is older and she can't really walk that much. So they were just sitting down, enjoying a little moment. For us humans, we know that when we have a dog, their lifespan is shorter. And we're probably going to have to take care of them when they get older. And their body will grow weaker. They're not going to be able to have the same energy as they did before. It is a different experience for sure. But I found that this episode treated that particular thing so nicely with such a delicate way of showing that. Really, really nice. Until we get to a point in the episode where the characters have to choose the best pictures. Yuki gets very angry because they are all not really taking that seriously. I loved her reaction. But Torame was there. He created a Gaogaon and we had an action scene. The action scene had the girls using the lion, the Kirarin lion power. And I really like the Kirarin visuals, like after they use it. They're really adorable. And they just used a shield fest. I thought it was very boring, to be honest. I feel like sometimes Wonderful can be creative. It wasn't the case in this episode at all. But then at the end of the episode, I think we had a very nice conclusion. So the calendar was perfect. Everything was nice. They went back to Mayu's house. And there, Mayu explained why they chose what they chose. They chose pictures of animals with their owners, in which their owners were smiling. Their owners were smiling because they were happy with the relationship they had with their animals, with their pets, with their loved ones. And that just goes to show how strong the bond is between animals and humans in Animal Town. That is an unbreakable bond, and that is the argument of Wonderful PreCure. That was the argument of this episode. I feel like there were a couple arguments. One of them being Mayu is very happy with her friends, and I'm happy for her, which is in her dad's perspective. But I feel like this one from Animal Town is the strongest one because that is important for the story of Wonderful PreCure and for the main argument of the whole show, which is a relationship between animals and humans is possible. A strong, deep, powerful bond between a human and the pet can exist. It can be strong. It can exist. And it is so powerful that it transcends dialogue. It transcends communication. They can always win the battles, the communication battles that they sometimes have because their bonds are stronger. And I feel like this episode just highlighted that. Anyways, very heartwarming experience, this one. I really liked it. Anyways, babies, this was my opinion on episode 42 from Wonderful. Next week, it seems we're going to have some sort of Mayu / Zakuro episode. I'm very excited to see that. And anyways, this is it. Please leave a comment with your opinions on episode 42 from Wonderful PreCure. I will take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you are a member, thank you very much for your support here on YouTube, on Patreon. If you support me on Throne as well, thank you very, very much. And if you've watched episode, thank you so much as well. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.